When your horse snorts at you, do you actually know what that means? Most people assume it's just a random noise, maybe nerves, maybe something startled them. But behind that simple sound, there's something deeper that most horse owners miss. It's actually one of the most emotionally meaningful signals a horse can give a human. And if you misread it or ignore it, which many owners do, you might miss what your horse is really trying to communicate. So let's start with what a snort actually means. 1. The snort isn't nervousness, it's the opposite. Most people think a snort means their horse is on edge, maybe anxious, maybe about to spook. That makes sense on the surface. Horses snort when they're alarmed, right? Here's what's actually happening. There are different kinds of snorts, and the one your horse gives you, slow, soft, sometimes paired with a lowered head, is one of the most misunderstood signals in the entire equine emotional vocabulary. Researchers studying horse behavior have identified what's sometimes called a relaxation snort. It's the long, blowing exhale a horse makes when their nervous system downshifts, when tension leaves their body. Think about that for a second. Your horse isn't snorting because they're nervous. They're snorting because they stopped being nervous, because you showed up and their body released. That sound, that soft rolling exhale through their nose, is your horse breathing out the stress of the day, and they're doing it in your presence. And by the way, if your horse ever lowers their head at the same time they snort near you, don't brush that off. We'll come back to what that combination really means later, and it's something many owners wish they understood sooner. 2. Science confirms horses track your emotional state. This isn't just observation, there's research behind it. A 2016 study published in Biology Letters found that horses can read human facial expressions and match their emotional response accordingly. When shown images of angry human faces, horses' heart rates increased and they tracked the image with their left eye, the side of the brain associated with threat processing. But here's the other half of that finding. When horses were shown calm, positive expressions, their bodies responded with ease. They relaxed. They oriented differently. Which means when you walk out to your horse and you're calm, genuinely calm, they register it, not just in how you move, but in micro-signals you don't even know you're sending. And when they snort softly, that's confirmation. Your horse just told you, I read you. I feel safe. A second study from the University of Sussex confirmed that horses remember the emotional tone of previous interactions with specific humans. So if you've consistently been a calm, steady presence, your horse has stored that. They recognize you not just by sight or scent, but by the feeling you bring. That snort is the sound of that memory activating. 3. You've been accepted into the herd. Here's something worth sitting with. Horses are herd animals. Their entire survival for millions of years depended on knowing who was safe to be around, who could be trusted, who was part of their group. That assessment never really turned off. It still runs in every domestic horse every single day. And the way horses signal safety within a herd? Exhaled breath, lowered posture, relaxed muscles, a slow snort. These are the herd's signals for, we are okay here. When your horse snorts in your presence, they are using the same language they used with their closest herd companions. They are extending that signal to you. You are not the outsider at the fence line. You are inside the circle. You are part of their social world, not because you feed them, not because you halter them, but because they have decided you belong there. And hey, if this is making you see your horse differently, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more horse lovers who actually want to understand what their horse is really saying. 4. This goes back millions of years. Wild horses on the open plains had no room for error. A single wrong read, trusting the wrong herd member, relaxing at the wrong moment, could be fatal. So the nervous system of the horse evolved to stay vigilant, always scanning, always measuring threat. The exhale, the snort, became one of the herd's most important collective signals. When one horse exhaled deeply and visibly relaxed, it gave permission to the others to do the same.
It was contagious calm. It was survival.
That's not gone. It's still in your horse. When your horse looks at you and exhales that long, soft snort, they are running an ancient program. I have assessed the situation. I have assessed you. We are safe. What makes this even more meaningful is that your horse is choosing to run that program with a human, an animal that their ancestors spent thousands of years learning to fear, and they have decided, based on you specifically, that the ancient alarm can rest. 5. They don't do this for everyone. This is important. Watch your horse the next time a stranger approaches. Watch what happens when someone they don't know reaches for them, stands near them, tries to earn their trust in 10 minutes. There's no snort. There's stillness, watchfulness, maybe a tight jaw. The horse is waiting. The relaxation snort is not a greeting they give to everyone who shows up with carrots. It is not polite equine small talk. It is earned, and it is selective. Studies on equine social bonding show that horses form differentiated relationships. They are more relaxed, more communicative, and more physically close with specific individuals than others. The soft snort is one of the clearest behavioral markers of that inner circle. So when your horse snorts at you, when you walk into the field and that long exhale comes, understand what you're hearing. You're not just anyone. You are one of the chosen few this horse has decided to exhale around. 6. The snort is your horse saying, "You are my safe place." This is what most horse owners never fully realize. For a prey animal, relaxation is an act of vulnerability. It means letting your guard down. It means trusting that the one beside you will hold part of the watch. When your horse snorts and drops into ease in your presence, they are not just calm. They are trusting you with their vulnerability. In the wild, that kind of trust was only extended to the horses they were most bonded with, the ones they moved with, the ones they rested beside, the ones they depended on. Your horse is extending that to you. Remember earlier when I mentioned the lowered head paired with the snort? That combination, exhale, head down, soft eyes, is one of the deepest expressions of relaxation in a horse's behavioral repertoire. It means their brainstem, the part of their brain responsible for survival scanning, has quieted. They are not on guard, because you were there. That's not a small thing for an animal whose nervous system was built to never fully stop watching. 7. When the snort disappears, pay attention. Here's something that matters, and many owners don't realize until later. If your horse used to snort around you, that easy rolling exhale, and then one day it stops, don't assume it's nothing. A horse who stops relaxing in your presence is telling you something changed. It might be pain, it might be stress, it might be that something in the environment has put them on edge in a way they can't shake, and in some cases it can mean that something in your relationship has shifted, a loss of trust they're not sure how to communicate any other way. Watch for it. A horse who stops exhaling around you is a horse who is carrying something heavy and quietly asking you to notice. Don't ignore that change. So the next time your horse snorts as you walk toward them, that slow, warm exhale that rolls out through their nose, you'll know what it actually is. It's not nerves, it's not random, it's not just air. That's a prey animal with a nervous system built for constant vigilance, choosing to let it go in your presence. That's millions of years of survival instinct standing down because of you, because of what you've built with them. That sound, quiet, soft, easily missed, is one of the truest things your horse will ever say to you. I trust you. I feel safe. You are part of my world. And that moment between you and your horse was never small to them. It shouldn't be small to you either.